Hey people, I just want to show you this tool. It's quite nice. DslR Dashboard it's QDslR Dashboard from DslrDashboard.info. And I want to just go through a little bit. Let's firstly get the camera connected. So I'm going to turn on the Wi-Fi on the Nikon. It's going to create a wireless network, and then I'm going to come to my network settings. I'm going to connect my computer to Nikon WU blah blah blah. Let's see what happens here, and we're going to try and get this working. Okay, it says connecting to Nikon. Maybe I took too long. Let's see. So we're going to click on our Nikon. Yep, connected to, here we go. Alright. Okay, so I'm just playing, and I want to show you as well. I've got a few thoughts about what I want to talk about as well, as far as the actual D750, which I'm filming, which this is actually showing. Now, how do you give your camera to your kids? How do you give it to a guest? And what settings do you set them up in? Do you just shove it in auto mode? What do you do? And let's have a quick look here. So let's have a look. I'm playing with this. I'm learning as I'm going. Look at this live view. I have seen this already. I've been on it for about 20 minutes. So let's have a look. It's quite a great tool, isn't it? DslR Dashboard, free for download, and for PC, I think for app, you've got to pay for it. But why not? Let's have a look. So AF. Okay, so I can hear that focusing on me now. Now LV live view, playing around with a bit. Host mode. Let me turn off live view. Camera mode, host mode. Okay, so I can actually program the exposure in that mode. And camera mode, I can't. Okay, let's see. Bracketing, flash. Nearly all the features you could program on your Nikon DSLR. Now, so let me go back to it. So if I wanted to give this Nikon D750 to a child, if I wanted to give it, look at that, if I wanted to give it to a guest, and that happens at parties, someone goes, oh yeah, give me the camera, I'll take a picture of you. Oh, you never get photos taken of you. You know, how many times have you heard that? Okay, no problem. But me, I like back button focus. I do a few different things. I might be shooting in all manual, I might be shooting in shutter priority. Do I just give the camera in auto mode to my child, to a guest, and say, yeah, you know, good luck? But if I was going to give the camera to my 8-year-old, and he loves it, he loves picking up the big cameras and trying to. This is distracting. See my face here? That's better. You can see it in the corner though. So he loves using the big cameras, but I'm not going to teach him back button focus. So the first thing I do, I would, to set up a camera for him, especially a D750, I would probably put it in aperture priority mode and try to set that to maybe f4 and set my white balance to auto, I'd say. I want to show him about exposure compensation. If you take a photo of a white piece of paper, it's not going to turn out white, son. It's because of this 18% rule. I'm not, of course, that's going to go straight over his head, but if it's too bright or too white, I want to show him how to use exposure compensation eventually with his thumb on the back, command dial, and if it's bright, then go to the plus. If you're trying to take a photo of his cat and he loves his cat, why is my black cat always turning out grey, Dad? Let's go to the negative, because the camera wants it to be a bit brighter, son. So I would activate the easy exposure compensation feature on the D750. Firstly, yeah, so I'd definitely turn off back button focus and maybe put it into AFS, single shot, or even AFA. I would not put the autofocus in AFC. I want it probably AFS. I want it to beep. I want him to know that it's in focus before he takes a shot. I would, yeah, keep ISO, auto ISO, 100%. Matrix metering, of course. And what else would I do? And then I'd probably then go into the menu system and save to U1. I'd save to the user mode in the D750, and I'll talk about this in the next video. Just for the moment, for this video, sorry, I wanted to just show you this tool, DslrDashboard. It is wirelessly tethered to my computer. I have two interfaces. I've got a wireless network card and I've got a wired card. So I've got now remember the Nikon D750 sets up your wireless network on the 192.168.1 network. So I've set my wired network for this stream to the 192.168.2 network, and hopefully you can see this. I should be able to be doing both. So it's free for download. DslrDashboard. I've just got the X64 PC edition, and I have made a wireless network on the D750, connected to it from the computer, and then opened DslrDashboard and connected it to the Nikon. And here it was here. Yep, connected to Nikon D750 wireless camera. Very cool little tool. Sky stacking. There's a lot of options. So if I'm wirelessly connected, I could put this outside. I could control it from any computer or app. Depth of field calculator. Check it out. Star trailer. So there's a few things for night photography, and here's a time lapse option. Can't enter it. Camera is not in M mode. Okay. So right now my camera's in aperture priority. Obviously need that in manual mode to look at the time lapse settings. I'll do it next video. Let me go back to camera mode. So this up here, I've been using it for literally 20 minutes. So okay, yeah. So autofocus area for my child to use it. Auto area. Autofocus mode, a must. Auto ISO, let's go over them again. Auto ISO, easy exposure compensation, turned on, just so I can show him. Aperture priority, set it to about f4, I think, for almost any lens. Can't get into too much trouble in f4 or f5.6. I want the flexibility of aperture priority mode though, at the type of shooting. Auto ISO, I would have the minimum shutter speed to about 1/250th of a second, because a kid or even anybody grabbing your camera, not knowing, they're not as sturdy as you are. White balance, auto, just leave it for auto. Have them shoot in RAW so you can, because they can, a kid can take amazing photos sometimes, even if they're on a diagonal. Sometimes it's the kids who can take photos of kids, and yeah, adults can take okay photos of kids sometimes, but kids can take great photos of kids. And the composition is awful. You think, you give the kid the camera, 50% of them are out of focus or just bad, and then there's one amazing shot. That's what I've noticed with kids taking photos of kids. And they'll always get the expressions out of other kids that adults can't do. So what else we got? White balance, auto, yep. Keep it in RAW so you can edit a lot. Let's have a look. So focus and metering, yeah. So AFS, set it to, let's have a look. Yeah, AFS priority, definitely focus, not release. No way. All of them will be blurry. teach the guest or child, take it as an opportunity to teach them a bit about photography. And as soon as they try to shoot a photo of their friend in front of a window, it doesn't matter if you've got a D6, a Z9, you know, you'll see exactly what happens to the person's face. And it'll be dark, and they won't know why, and you can teach them about exposure compensation. And you can talk about 18% grey. You're going to lose them, they're going to sleep at that point in time. But just say, look, a camera, if it's too bright, it wants to bring it down. If it's too dark, black cat, it wants to bring it up. And you can start the conversation like that. And I think the person who got me into photography started talking in these terms, and I was probably in my teens, and I thought, wow, that's interesting. Why can't I take these photos that they can take? Let's have a look. What else is there? Oh, it just flashed in my face. I'm going to click on that. Let's see this capture delay time. Capture delay off. What's off? Exposure delay. Here's an interesting thing. Why use exposure delay over? Why would you use exposure delay? Couldn't you just set an auto timer for 2, 5, 10 seconds on a tripod? Why would you use exposure delay, even when you're shooting nighttime, shooting stars, shooting anything that you wanted minimal camera movement? What's the difference? So exposure delay, what it does, it pops the mirror open first, it focuses, and then the 3 seconds starts, or 2 seconds, 1 second. And then by that stage, the camera will be steady. If you pop the camera on the tripod and you put it into a timer mode, the 5 seconds, 10 seconds will expire, then the camera will try to focus, then the mirror will go up, then the shuttle will operate. And those first 2 steps, bang, camera shake. Camera shake. Exposure delay is all about reducing camera shake. Alright, so that's something that not many people think about. A lot of people put the camera on the tripod, bang, they put a timer on because they don't want to use cable release. For some reason, they don't want to use a remote, and they're still like, oh, why is that star blurry? Why? It was completely still. The tripod was still. It was a still night, and I can't get this to be non-blurry. That's why. Well, one of the reasons why. Let's see what this does. Oh, that's the connection inside. What was this one? I'm learning. We're having a look. Oh, live view again. Yes, that's me. My ugly mug today. What else have we got on here to play with? Live view filter. And you know what? I haven't really played with these enough. Oh yeah, look at that. Sobel. Canny. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's tracking. I've got face detection on. What if I turn that to wide? Live view. There's a lot to play with. There's much more that I can cover in this video, but you can see the control you can have from, I'd say, yeah, it's a free product. Continuous, let's have a look. Max burst, okay, sky stack. Depth of field calculator. Modern formula. Size formula. Wow. Have a play with this. DslrDashboard. Downloaded from DslrDashboard.info. I have no affiliate with them whatsoever. I've just found this. I'm playing with it. Maybe you've seen this before, but this is great. Let's see what angle my camera's on. Oh, that's scary. Scary stuff. Let's go back to off. Yeah, guys, so yeah, so once again, this was first live stream, honestly, ever. And maybe I'll do a few more as things like this come up. But just to talk about, firstly, this tool, and secondly, how do you give your camera to a stranger? My first thought is, yeah, back button focus, no, on a D750, because it's assigned to the AF exposure, AFE, AF lock button. So I usually customize that to AF1. Set all those other variables that I said, auto white balance, easy exposure compensation, just to show them. Aperture priority, I'd say. Minimum shutter speed, 1/200th, 1/250th of a second. AFA or AFS. Most probably AFS, not AFC. Autofocus mode. So single shot or adaptive. Auto ISO is a must with a minimum shutter speed of 1/200, 1/250th even of a second. You could up that. Kids are crazy. They'll move like this, and you go, oh, don't drop my camera. But they can take great shots, as I said. Full auto focus, not dynamic, not the area, not group even. Just full auto focus. Let the camera do that. Matrix metering, not spot, not center weighted. Set it all up, then go into your menu and save that to U1. And that can be exactly what you give to any person. And yeah. Anyway, first stream, guys. I hope you like this. If you want to see more of this, obviously, please hit like. Please subscribe to the channel. I plan on doing more of this in the future.